Hello, movie watchers. Welcome back. This week I've got 7 movies of revenge that you're going to want to see. Hello, everyone. It's Courtney here. Welcome back to my What to Watch Now channel. Thank you for tuning in yet another week. This week I've got 7 intriguing movies of revenge that are on Netflix right now. But first, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and click the notification bell so you're alerted to the new videos I upload every Friday. To start off the list, we have Detour. This movie came out in 2016 and is rated R.
You're not the killing type.
Is there a killing type?
Yeah, and it ain't you.
Harper's upset, okay? His mother's in the hospital, she's not doing well, and now he's just received more bad news. Meanwhile, his stepfather is out and about having the time of his life without a care for his wife. So one night, Harper's out drinking, okay? And he ends up sharing his feelings of resentment with the wrong stranger. He's telling the stranger that he wants the man beat up, okay? He's telling him where the stepfather will be, just basically telling him all his business.
If you could cut yourself in half. When it's over, the two sides, they don't even know what the other one's done. You live your life, clean hands. Would you do it?
Yes.
Now imagine Harper's shock the very next day when he goes and he opens his front door and the very stranger from the night before is standing there like, I came to pick you up. Come on, let's go do this. The movie is going to split and give you 2 perspectives. In the first, he will leave with the group and go track and kill his stepfather. But in the second, he stays home, letting an alternate reality play out. Or so you think. Have y'all noticed all the movies that have been circulating lately, whether they're old or new, that have to deal with parallel realities? I mean, I'm just saying. Have you ever finished a movie or show and wondered to yourself, if this could keep going, how would this play out? That's kind of what I got from this one. You get to see how each scenario plays out and inadvertently comes around and fits together, ultimately forming a complete picture.
Don't regret the things you do. Just the things you don't.
Number 2 is Avenged Minh. This movie came out in 2019 and is rated TVMA.
Guilty as charged. Your sentence is extended by 1 year.
You're looking for action? Look no more. I recently saw Haywire and I thought she fought the whole movie. In this one, he sees her fighting and raises the stakes by 1,000. He was set up and caught doing a job. Right in the middle of serving 7 years in prison, he escapes and he's now back for avengement. It's a raw, no holds barred, rough ride. We watch Kane come after everyone that was responsible. He was in a place where he was mercilessly beaten and constantly having to fight for survival. Brutal and vicious. You've definitely got to put this one on your list if you love the gore of fighting in your crime thrillers. Number 3 is Calibri. This movie came out in 2018 and is rated TVMA.
3 nights?
That's right, yes.
You guys picked the perfect weekend to leave here.
It's boozy as hell.
A couple of lifelong friends take off for a few days on a hunting trip. They get to the town. They settle in. They have a night of drinking. They meet the locals. You get the picture. Next day, they set out for the woods. See, this is why I don't go hunting. This is why I don't handle guns. This is the very thing I'm afraid of happening, because accidents happen.
Not everyone can do it.
They leave the scene, they return to where they're staying and act as normal as possible. You already know watching this one, at some point, the members of the town are gonna find out it was them. And these ain't the type of people that take you to jail, if you get my drift.
Let's go!
This one was good. I mean, you're watching the 2 friends break bread with the family of the deceased. Talk about tension. If you're looking for a really good revenge thriller, look no further.
I'm so sorry. I
That's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be nearly enough.
Number 4 is Hangman. This movie came out in 2017 and is rated R.
There's a body over at Waywood Elementary. The badge number was etched onto a desk at the scene.
This wasn't his first victim.
Someone's playing games with dead bodies. Carl Urban and Brittany Snow are looking for a serial killer whose obsession with the game Hangman has gone a little too far.
The pattern of the murders is starting to line up, and now they can expect the murders to continue until all the moves for the game are completed.
Al Pacino's brought in to use his expertise even though he's retired. He's okay in this one. I mean, I'm used to hearing his name in movies and expecting big things, but not so much in this one. I mean, he's just okay. It's a race. You've got to figure out the next clue and the victim's location. They've got to try to save them before the game kills them.
One every 24 hours. He doesn't stop.
By the game board, he's gonna kill 7 more people. Just to save anyone. He wants the game to continue to find this guy.
Number 5 is Message from the King. This movie came out in 2017 and is rated TVMA.
I've got a situation. It's Bianca. She's got a brother.
You told me Bianca was not a problem anymore.
Bianca isn't a problem anymore. That's his problem.
Jacob arrives in LA from South Africa after receiving an urgent message from his sister. Soon after beginning his search, he checks the morgue, and unfortunately, he does find her body and the fact that she was tortured.
His sister was mixed up with some pretty dangerous people. He's now relentless to find out the truth about her murder and avenge her death.
Jacob grew up in a part of Cape Town that's known for its violence. He's prepared for what he must do as he learns what happened to his sister and by whom.
We have no idea what he's capable of.
Please, what do you want?
There's a twist at the end that kind of explains his methods and his actions. This was a really good movie. His revenge ran deep, and you couldn't escape his retaliation.
So much.
You walk far. Tell them, this was a message from the king.
Number 6 is John Henry. This movie came out in 2020 and is rated R.
Terry Crews plays the strong, quiet giant to perfection. The movie itself was okay. I more so watched just to see what Terry Crews was gonna do.
He stays to himself, is decent, and has left the violence and drama of the streets behind when a young lady from Honduras stumbles into his life, needing his help.
The shots of the streets of LA, fantastic. I grew up in the Bay Area, so hearing the music and the way they talked, it definitely took me back to the 90s. Okay, so I put this movie on a revenge list. It's in the last 30 minutes of this film that everything gets set off. And in the last 15 minutes, old John Henry brings out his John Wick, honey.
You know why I named you John Henry? My boy's strong.
Say I love their conversation about the human centipede. Yes, I love that movie, and I know what that says about me. I don't care. I wanted to see what this one was all about. Netflix was like, this is number 7 all across Netflix. I was like, really? Number 7? Okay, well, let me watch. And I'm here to tell you that it was okay.
So what you gonna do?
Number 7 is Sin City. This movie came out in 2005 and is rated R.
We'll fight the cops and the mob. We'll go to war.
This isn't some barroom, bro. This is the bad days, the all or nothing days.
I had to do it. I love this movie. It's one of my cult classic favorites, with it bringing ultimate tales of revenge.
Frank Miller has brought a new world to life. You watch as several characters on separate paths to revenge ultimately collide in a world that could only come from the mind of a comic book legend.
Shot in a film noir style, this movie has a look like no other. I saw it in the theaters when it first came out, and it's movies like this that get better and better with age. This movie is not for everyone. If you haven't seen it, you can expect nudity, violence, scenes of nasty gore and brutality. You know, your perfect Friday night viewing. This movie blends old Hollywood with modern cinematography to give you a one-of-a-kind cinematic experience. A Philip Marlowe type movie with cigarette smoking and narrating of your every move. If you've never seen it, you're gonna love this one. Cult classic fans, this one's for you.
Get in the car, baby. We'll just talk. It'll be nice.
You've just gone and done the dumbest thing in your whole life.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this revenge list. I had so much fun watching these movies, and I hope you got something that you can add to your list. If you haven't had a chance, please take the time to like, subscribe, and share, and I will be back next Friday with a new list, and I'm going to head on over to Prime Video. Bye-bye.